Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here, and today we are back again, to MLP Season 9, this time Episode 11, Student Counsel. Counsel spelled as in advice, as in counselor, as in Starlight Glimmer. I like this title, gives me something to work with. I would assume this is a Starlight episode, even if I had not already seen a picture of her and Trixie as my one piece of context. And I'm excited for that because so far, knock on wood, it's always gold when those two are together. The writer here, I am firing on all cylinders, is Josh Haber, who has a pretty decent track record. Importantly, including Road to Friendship from last season, which was a Starlight Trixie episode, seeing them in pretty good form, and even had a catchy song. I don't necessarily expect a song here, it will be nice, but I do expect a fun time. And I've not even mentioned the other half of the title of Student Counsel. This will be a school episode, and I wonder if Trixie will try to give advice to Starlight on how to, let's say, guide the children. Oh, what if Starlight's overworked and Trixie fills in for her for a day and has to be the guidance counselor for students? That would be amazing. Anyway, weird stuff's been happening with the episodes on YouTube, but the appeal for number 10 went through fine for me, and I think this one won't have a problem, but I may or may not have to change things in the future, we'll see. All that said, episode time, Mr. Haber, give me fuel, give me fire, give me all that I desire. Alright, there's my favorite couple.
Working lately, so I figured you could use a break.
Did Trixie get Starlight a bracelet?
Trixie, this looks amazing, but my job doesn't really seem like work.
An engagement ring, maybe?
Oh, speaking of...
I'm a fan of this wait time here.
Sure, being counselor for the students at Twilight's School of Friendship is demanding, but... Oh.
I think that was a good shot. Alright, so is Starlight just overworking herself and Trixie's gonna be jealous of the kids?
Oh, right. Being able to use the experiences of my checkered past to help young students feels pretty great.
And she's sitting on a checkered blanket.
Thanks.
Humor.
Of course, I feel nothing but admiration for the work you do, but it is a little all-consuming, and I miss spending time with
Oh.
you.
What are you talking about? We're spending time right now.
I'm here, you're there, we're experiencing the concept of time. How much clearer could it be, Trixie?
Sorry.
Angry munches.
The spell on the door to my office, so this bracelet goes off whenever there's a knock. Yona is having the worst time with her braids lately.
Trixie's gonna cut off every hoof of every student.
Saying?
I love it. Angry slurping. That's great. I definitely heard Yona's having trouble with her brains today, and I could totally understand. But, oh man, Trixie's jealous. You do not want to get between a Trixie and her best friend. Best friend. We've seen bad things happen in the past, and now she's gonna have to commit felonies against minors. No one's gonna be happy, except the villain squad watching from afar.
I totally respect my younger cousin's decisions to stay sea ponies, but they've never been on dry land.
Ooh,
Preparing for a visit with them is almost as much work as the research assignment.
that's a good one.
Spawn of the ever-free forest. How would you describe a shower to creatures who live in water? So far, I've got warm and steamy. Actually, steam has water in it.
Miss Hippogriff, you're taking time away from the ponies.
Students who want to see me today.
The important creatures here.
That don't rely on the wet part.
Well, there's clean, relaxing,
Aquatic. Wait, no.
No, a nap's relaxing too. Warm and clean are okay. Wow, I have to give this some more thought.
Okay, well, I'm here to help. My door's always open.
She sounded a bit Twilight-ish.
Except for today.
Yes, the best student. She has a lot to learn.
We leave now, we can finish everything before sundown.
Trixie, I can't leave. It's almost spring break.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of time.
Starlight and the others have already left to celebrate the spring solstice in Canterlot, and I have to help the students with any issues before they head home for the holiday.
Look, all their issues will be solved by seeing their parents. It's that easy, Starlight.
I know you're busy, but I hope you haven't forgotten about the spring solstastic.
I like the name.
The party Maud and Mudbriar are throwing.
Oh, Mudbriar.
Sunburst is coming to town.
Oh.
You and I promised to make the cake.
Oh, man.
How can
Oh,
I
that's some
possibly
good
forget
face.
about that?
This is good face, Starlight. I love the animators this season. Oh, I want to see him bake a cake, but Trixie's gonna bake it alone. It's gonna be really sad. And also a bad cake.
No pony is saying your job isn't important, but plans you make with your friends are important too.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
You gotta be
I
reliable.
shouldn't have forgotten. Obviously, I need to be available to my students, but that doesn't mean I can't help with all the things.
Responsible, a
we have to
mayor of your word. Keep work life at work and home life at home.
do. So, what are all the things we have
Screw
to
the
do?
kids.
Maud needs streamers for the decorations. Sunburst wants us to pick up a genuine pre-equestrian spring solstice chafing dish from the antique shop.
Easy.
Yes.
No problem.
Mudbriar wants a bouquet of flowering sticks, whatever that means. And I thought we were both looking forward to Mrs. Cake teaching us the secret recipe to her famous spring solstice cake.
Technically, these are branches, not sticks.
But we could just buy a cake from her.
It's just me, or do they have,
We could, but then we'd miss out on baking together.
like, larger eyes than
The
usual?
time I spent flattering and convincing and begging her to share the recipe would be for nothing. I promised to make a cake, not buy a cake, and the great and powerful Trixie keeps her promises!
Oh my goodness.
Why don't we just split up these jobs? I'll get the streamers and the chafing dish. You
This is pretty
get started
cool.
on those sticks, and I'll be right back.
Trixie being angry at Starlight and Starlight being...
You know, why don't I just hang on to this? Wouldn't want to forget the things I just said I'd take care
apologetic, but
of.
also
I am totally gonna take care
part of the
them.
problem. That's a new dynamic for these two. And we've seen them in a lot of conflict.
Plum Blossom? I have no idea.
Sorry, Rose, but I need a bouquet of flowering stat.
I thought I was getting the flowering sticks.
I'm still not exactly sure what they are.
No one is.
Right, got it. You get the sticks, I'll get the streamers. Right after I take care of what I'm sure is an even smaller student
I
problem.
bet Mudbriar made a stick bouquet already because he didn't have faith in anyone. Roseluck! Why are you so derpy?
I think I have the shower.
Stop
thing
hanging
under
around
control,
derpy
but
so
I
much.
can't figure out how to describe a towel.
It rots your brain. Towels are fluffy and...
I understand the school can be a bit drafty, but that doesn't mean you can breathe fire anywhere you want.
Oh. I wanted him to, like, bring out his
I
tail
picked up Sunburst genuine pre-equestrian equinox chafing dish. That was my job.
and it'd be singed off.
Wait, was it?
She's trying. Bless her, she's... Is Ocellus, like...
Casellas, it's perfectly normal for a changeling to struggle with identity issues, but
Counselor Starlight!
Wow, identity problems here.
Synonyms for the word dry? Or really just
Oh.
explaining the concept?
Get out of Silverstream. We have some real problems here in front of us.
Rose, Trixie and I need to learn the recipe for your equinox.
Deal with your family issues.
My dear, Trixie was already here.
Get a thesaurus.
Told her everything she needs to know.
What? No! Oh, the great and powerful Trixie might keep her promises, but the busy and distracted Starlight sure doesn't.
Oh,
I promised to help her today, and I haven't done a single
you
thing.
just overbooked yourself.
Oh, that does sound
You were
hard,
trying
dear.
at least.
And I'm not quite sure how to tell you this, but your health is glowing.
You might want to get that checked by the doctor. She just hasn't had time. Oh no.
Trixie, what are you doing here?
It's the one place I know I
Welcome,
could find
Starlight.
I am so sorry about
Let's have a
today.
chat.
I'm just so
busy. I know. Obviously, your students are more important than your friends.
Oh, it's a busy time at work. Get out of here. No one cares.
Actually,
About your
Silverstone,
cousins.
I don't. Besides, I need to lock up the school for the holiday, and it's time you
And your towels.
I'm sure a smart and
the
capable
wetness.
student like you can figure out the solution to any problem over the break. But for now, the counselor's office is closed.
The school's being assaulted by Tirek and Chrysalis.
I have a cake to bake.
The West Wing is on fire. The Tree of Harmony rotted from the inside.
Is this cake supposed to be so sharp? I mean, it looks really interesting.
Yeah, he wanted a...
Technically, it's not symmetrical or aesthetically pleasing.
Maybe it's not the best,
I mean,
but we made it together.
it is interesting
That's
though.
what counts.
I'm glad you brought
It is of interest.
and everything else.
Yeah.
Very excited. This is going to be the most perfect party.
The cake
ever.
matches with the rocks on the
And with all of
ceiling.
your students
They're both
home
pointy.
for holiday, I won't have to worry about you being summoned to your office in the middle of it.
Nothing is gonna take me away from this party.
Hello?
Yay. No.
Starlight?
Oh, what is happening here?
Sorry, this is a private cavern.
Is Starlight?
Who are you?
I was told she'd be here.
Are you the cousin?
What's wrong?
I'm Terramar, Silverstream's brother.
Oh, yeah.
I've been looking all over for you. Silverstream is missing.
No. Wow. That's a real concerned look on the magic pony.
Stream didn't come home?
I was supposed to meet her at the Mount Eris train station, but she never showed up.
It's a long way between Ponyville and Mount Eris. She could be anywhere.
Our parents are leading teams of hippogriffs and sea ponies, searching the land and sea between here and
I'm
home.
hoping she went out to try to solve something on her own.
The school's closed. All the students are gone.
Are you sure? I know she had a big project due for Twilight. Do you think she might have stayed to finish it?
She never told me about a project.
Well, to be fair, you closed your office the last time she
Was it
came by.
related to the...
What kind of
sea
coward
ponies.
turns away a student with a problem?
The kind with too much on
Or did
her
she
plate.
procrastinate the project
Has always gone out of her way for her students.
because she was so
And I mean
concerned
always.
about convincing her cousins?
Except apparently when it matters. This is all my fault. You all go back to the party. Terramar and I will check the school. We'll find your sister.
Oh, yay.
Should have known it couldn't last. Party perfection is more of a pinky thing.
Oh.
I wasn't going to say anything, but these flowers are just glued on, so technically, it wasn't perfect already. That's probably not important.
Trixie is going to murder many ponies today
Check the grounds and I'll look inside.
using pointy sticks exclusively. No glue needed. She's not in the library.
Any creature
She's not in the reading den. She's not in my mind.
Here.
I don't see her anywhere.
Did you check her room?
That's some 2000 IQ play right there, Terramar.
She's not here.
Terramar.
She isn't. But look at this.
A cockatrice?
Could that be what her project was on?
Great. Let's go. Snap a
I
photo.
don't think she went into the Everfree Forest to find a cockatrice by herself.
Take a picture.
Do you?
I don't know, but I'm going to
Catch
find
one
out.
with a cage. You know, something smart and safe like that. Maybe she's at Fluttershy's cottage
We came to help.
We couldn't let you handle this
because she's
alone.
not reckless and dumb.
She wasn't alone. But we wanted to help anyway.
He's learning, he'll learn.
All of you. But the students are my responsibility. I'm the one who didn't do my job when it actually mattered.
We'll make a
I
socially
might
competent
share
pony of him
blame
yet.
For pressuring you into leaving work early.
But I don't want to ruin your party.
We
Look,
can still have a
the party's already ruined, girl.
A search party.
That's a
All
good
this
joke.
year, Silverstream might be in
I
the Everfree Forest alone.
like that.
We think she went in to do research on cockatrices.
What?
Kudos, Haber.
Case of the cockatrice is known to petrify any who dare to cross its path, and the reptilian birds are elusive and solitary. Where would we even
It's like that
start?
picture I saw.
I have a lot of
The other day-
experience telling ponies that I have experience with the dangerous creatures of the Everfree Forest. Follow me!
I saw of a guy filming himself going up and kicking a bear, and then Surprise, surprise. He was attacked by a bear. This is sort of the situation we're at right now.
The great and directionally astute Trixie says we go left.
Great. Somehow we're gonna wind up back at the school. Ooh, look at the gorge. Is that the Ghastly Gorge?
This way.
There's a reason you did not lead the band into Wear 'em Back Again, Trixie. He discovered a new plant species. Technically, it's a new genus. Trixie, there were bugs in that. And bacteria.
Weren't we just here?
Trixie, do you have any idea how to find a cockatrice?
No, but usually when there's a dangerous creature in the forest I don't want to meet, this is how I meet them.
We might need a more concrete plan.
The danger just comes to me.
According to Silverstream's research, the cockatrice prefers rocky terrain and ample shade.
I'm like a casualty
And
magnet.
shade. I can't imagine where we'll find that in a forest.
I mean, the cockatrice,
Actually, rocks aren't the most hospitable environment for shade trees.
it can make
Pine
rocks.
trees like Pinus cembra or Pinus sylvestris can grow from narrow crevasses or cracks in a rocky rhizosphere.
You complete me.
Pine trees over there.
Oh, his little smile was really good. Oh wow, that is a dangerous band. What do you call a group of cockatrices? Crow's already got murders.
Said they were solitary.
They are. This must be some kind of
A
migration.
rock garden?
At least there's no sign of Silverstream. I can't imagine getting caught in the middle of that flock.
It's just lucky we're all over here and they're all over there.
But there is a really Silverstream looking rock over there.
Technically,
Don't even say it.
Don't look at them. Their gaze can turn you to stone.
so
And I would avoid flying when it happens, because otherwise it's gonna be a really bad time. Also, good job, Sunburst, for just staring right at it as it charges. You should probably look at the ground where you're walking, or
It's me.
Just
put your hoof in front of you.
I'm so sorry. We have to get out of here.
I know. Hang on.
But Silverstream's just hanging out with
Leave.
Twilight.
Silverstream might still be in the forest. Stay here. I'll get the others.
Be careful.
Asking for an extension.
the clucking is coming from everywhere.
The what?
And powerful Trixie fears no.
Clucking. Okay. That was... Okay, clucking. Yeah, smokescreen. Good job, Trixie. It's a smart move. That's shock. Ooh,
We've got to get out of here.
almost had a concussion.
Not leaving him.
No! The cockatrice was like hissed, and he was like, technically,
Mudbrier's been turned to stone.
it's a cluck.
I didn't think I could love him anymore.
You know what?
Get out of here.
But we
How about we
haven't
keep
found
him like this?
We can't leave yet.
We'll have a nice life together.
Come on.
That's a funny but dark line from Maud. I'm okay with this black humor. Oh, you tricky little... How did she not look at his eyes? The sneaky move.
This way.
Watch out, that bridge only has a certain weight limit on it. At least she was levitating the rock guy.
Now what?
No, no.
Silverstream found a good place to
This is
hide.
Resident Evil logic.
Hundreds more cockatrices.
How will they
on
ever
the
get
way.
past this
If
wall?
This really is a migration. It'll take a full lunar cycle to complete.
Oh, I have to get word back to our parents that Silverstream could be surrounded by those terrifying birds.
And as handsome as Mudbriar is now, we should probably catch one of them to turn him back to normal.
We'll get to that
This is
if we
all
have
my
time.
fault. I'm never taking time off for my counseling duties again.
Let's call it an optional side quest.
Really? If I hadn't galloped off to a holiday celebration, Silverstream would be safe with her family, and you'd all be enjoying Maud's party.
Starlight, you gotta have some time
Instead,
for yourself.
the student is missing, we're surrounded by a flock of petrifying chicken snakes, and Maud's boyfriend was turned into a...
It's your life.
You got the hunk part
I was
right.
I predicted a hunk joke there.
I have no idea.
And I'm
if
glad they
Silverstream
bit.
even came to Everfree at all, but I have no idea where else to look.
Has that always been there?
She in the tree, hanging out.
That's the student's treehouse. Apparently, it grew from the Tree of Harmony, and of course.
Wow.
That should have been the first place we looked.
The first, really? I mean, not the last place, but I don't know if looking in the school was probably a decent idea.
Silverstream, look out!
She has a friend! It's an emo cockatrice! Myoceatrice. I love it.
This is Edith. She's helping me with my project.
Okay.
I don't understand.
It looks like Discord's
To
eyes.
solve my own problem, I decided to get my project done before I left. That way I could really focus on my family during my visit. The school was closed, so I came here.
Why didn't you tell anyone? Mom and Dad are worried.
I like to imagine
sick.
Discord's just protecting her.
I'm so sorry. Once Edith volunteered to help, I guess I lost track of time.
It's his new job.
Cockatrices are really friendly if you know how to interact with them.
Oh, man, she's good with animals.
Figured out how to trigger her nesting response.
Someone get Fluttershy here.
Fascinating creatures. Did you know that they migrate to the Everfree Forest once a year? Can you imagine what would happen if you stumbled on a whole flock of these?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Have a few ideas.
Edith, help me out here.
Sorry you got turned to stone looking for me, but I'm glad Edith was able to turn you back.
Use soften.
How do you tell the difference?
I have
But,
mixed feelings about it.
Technically, I will always be a stick pony, but the experience has given me an even deeper appreciation for the density and permanence of rock.
You shut up.
Swoon.
Silverstream and I should get going.
Oh, I hate
I
it.
wanted to thank you for everything you did to help find her.
I just wish I hadn't abandoned her in the
I have an
first
oscillation
place.
of emotions.
Starlight, you didn't abandon her.
I might as well
This
have. Though
sinusoidal
it turned out all right, things could have been a lot worse.
love-hate relationship.
Can't be expected to supervise your students every second of every day.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, they gotta grow up
Like that you're
sometimes,
always
Starlight.
available, but it kind of makes it okay to come to you with stuff that maybe isn't super important.
Of course, being a school counselor
She's sounding a
is
lot like
big
Twilight.
responsibility, but always being at work isn't fair to any pony, especially me.
Do you
Oh, yeah.
set times to see me? It might help you decide what you really need to talk about.
To be honest,
I mean,
you really weren't very helpful with the other stuff anyway.
Yeah, wait, what? Happy
man, you're so
spring
bad at
solstice,
describing
pony.
land,
What's
Starlight.
Mrs. Cake's famous?
Petrified dessert?
You had me at petrified.
I mean, if you get Edith in here, she could probably turn that into a real cake. But come on, Starlight. Yeah, just set your hours, girl. You don't need to be 24. You're not a maid. I mean, maids have hours. You're not a sleep-in house. I don't even know. Who works 24 hours? You're not a 7-Eleven shopkeeper. Anyway, that was fun. I like... all the interaction between Trixie and Starlight is always the best. And then throw in Maud and Mudbriar. This is just a smorgasbord of rock-hard personalities. Sunburst is the only normal pony here. He just wants to survive and stay flesh and bone and have a nice party with the cake and his ancient tea set or whatever it was. Boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was Season 9, Episode 11, Student Counsel, and that was a grand old time. They're just on fire with the facial expressions this season. There's a whole lot of dynamic content here between Trixie and Starlight, and in ways this was the opposite of, I want to say it was called All Bottled Up, where Starlight was justifiably angry at Trixie for not being a great friend. Here, Trixie did have actual legitimate reason to be angry at a pony, which is not something that you can say much about Trixie. But unlike Trixie, Starlight was causing faults in the relationship for seemingly good reasons, trying to make herself available for her students. One could optimistically say she cared too much, and it just put a strain on her availability. Which, hey, I understand trying to split up your time for different groups of people and not being able to live up to all of them, because you have to choose how to prioritize and there are only so many hours in a day. The conflict here is something I can relate to, and the moral is a multi-generational one. It's something that many adults still fail to learn or refuse to learn. But it does still work for the younger audience because it doesn't have to apply to a job. It could be school versus friends, or family versus friends. Any division of your time, your schedule, your focus. I do like what's being said here. I love the beginning where the conflict is set up, and there's that tension between Trixie and Starlight. It's also a solid inclusion of Maud and Mudbriar, bringing them back into the fold, along with a few of Maud's best comedic moments. That cockatrice is a perfect setup for top-tier rock humor. That said, apart from some pretty good comedy moments, I wasn't super into the back half. More than I would have liked, the issue with Silverstream felt like an in-my-face convenience of the plot, and after a certain point, the search and rescue aspect didn't really add to the central moral conflict with Starlight. It was a whole 8 minutes of the runtime, and some felt like padding to fill that 22. But this show has certainly seen worse detours than that, and it still had a lot of moments of fun. So I still came out of this one smiling, even after removing my bias of seeing the best ship in action. Anyway guys, thank you all for joining me. Episodes 12 and 13, hopefully around the corner. I don't know, YouTube be crazy, we'll see. But until next time, keep on rockin'.